So what's up YouTube? So I haven't uploaded a video in a very long time. I've been kind of here and there just figuring things out. It's taken me some time, but now I think I'm gonna finally stick to something, right? Because for the past 2-3 years, I don't know, maybe even more, like 8 years, because I've been trying to do different business for a very long time, but nothing really worked out. So I think I'm finally gonna stick to something. For most of you that don't know, I have Tourette's, right? I've had Tourette's since I was 5, so I'm 20 now. So a good 15 years of pure experience, pure depression, pure anger, pure everything. I've went through it all, and for the past few weeks, months, I've been posting on TikTok and posting on Instagram. I was like, I'm into fitness. I'm in good shape. Let me try and post out those type of stuff in that industry, whatnot. See if I could get any exposure and stuff. Like, see if anyone, if I have any potential in this type of category. And I was like, today, actually, late night yesterday, it was like 1 a.m. in the morning. I was just sitting there in bed, I couldn't sleep, and I don't know why, it's just out of nowhere, just popped out like, why don't you just try and coach people on Tourette's? Why don't you just try and start posting content around that? Because I've tried in the past, but I never really stuck to it, right? I posted like a video here and there and carried on posting other videos, but I never really stuck to it. But when I did post those videos, I recognized on YouTube, and they've gained more like engagement, more people commented, more people viewed it than a usual video. And I realized, I was like, wait, hold up. What if I might have a chance on this, type of niche? Because all the other niches, let's be honest, everything is extremely like competitive. It's everything's getting taken over, right? The fitness industry, the make money online industry, the relationship industry. Obviously there's not that much, but obviously you need to kind of have the experience. You need to have plenty of whatever girlfriends or boyfriends in order to be able to talk about that. And I only have one girlfriend, so that's a matter. But in terms of Tourette's, I was like, back then when I was younger, when I had really bad Tourette's, my parents spent a whole lot of time looking for a solution, looking for a way to help me, kind of stop those. And there was never a way. I tried different medicine. I tried, going to multiple doctors, multiple hospitals, but no one ever helped me. And I think one of the reasons why no one ever was able to help me is because no one really went through what I'm going through, right? So, when I used to go to doctors, they used to speak like, oh, it might be your brain, like, just relax, whatever. And, at the end of the day, I get it, you're a doctor, you've put your whole life in this kind of niche or, industry where you want to learn about people's mental health and help them and with Tourette's and multiple other stuff. But at the end of the day, you'd never really lived that type of life. You've never really experienced it. So it's hard to tell, it's hard to tell people what to do and how to deal with those stuff because you've never really dealt with it. Same with me. I'm in good shape, but I was never fat, right? I've never been, overweight. So for me, it's really hard to tell people how to lose weight when I've never actually dealt with it myself. So, I was like, Tourette's, fair enough. It's not a really big niche. There's not obviously a lot of probably people. To be honest, I think there is quite a lot of people. But anyway, it's not going to be nothing crazy like a fitness industry or a business industry. But doesn't matter. Tourette's is a thing that my parents always wished they could help me or they could find someone that could help me with, and we never obviously managed to find anyone. I just kind of had to do it, learn to control it myself, and we've done it through different practices, like practicing taking deep breaths. My parents used to sit with me. We used to put a timer on. I used to try and hold my Tourette's in, and every time I would just try and beat that time. So that was kind of the practice, but. Anyways, it's a lot harder to do it when, your parents don't really understand you. No one really understands you because obviously no one really lived the life that you're living and what you're going through. And, yesterday night I was like, why don't I try? I'm sure there's plenty of people that need help with that, with Tourette's, right? Tics. And plus, also, I have OCD, which I always like, it just annoys me. But anyway, even with that, like, I know a bunch of people have problems with that, and there's not a crazy amount of people. Like, there's people who are so on TikTok, like, they post and whatnot, but they don't educate, right? They just post videos, they just talk about, but there's no actual, like, you know, where people go, where people could go, people could get trained by those people that have Tourette's, that have experienced it, you know, like a course, or I don't know, even one-to-one coaching, like helping kids out. Because I'm sure there's parents that they wish they could find someone that could help their kid with this, you know, problem. And there's not really much people that really do that. And I was like, this might be a potential untapped niche, which obviously you can't just jump into it without actually having Tourette's, because like it wouldn't make sense, right? But yeah, I was like, you know, I've lived that life. I know how it feels. I know how to control it. Now maybe it's my time to teach other kids, other people, how to deal with the same thing. Because at the end of the day, it restricts you from doing a lot of stuff, right? Like, for example, I'm sure there's probably people that have really bad Tourette's and they're not allowed to drive because obviously it's really unsafe. But unlike me, I've learned to control my Tourette's. I could drive for hours without my Tourette's getting in the way, without me crashing my car. Same with the gym. You know, other people have really bad Tourette's, and I had it as well, where like I wanted to injure myself, or wanted to whatever, stab myself. And I'm sure if I had those bad Tourette's and I started going to the gym during those times when I had really highly, you know, active Tourette's, then I'm sure I'd have injured myself. I'm sure I'd have dropped the dumbbell on my face, wherever broke or injured, wherever I pulled a muscle. And, you know, now that I've know how to control it, it's a lot easier. You know, I don't injure myself. I don't get into, you know, I don't hurt myself. So, you know, at the end of the day, maybe I should just start and see where it takes me. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm gonna start uploading more videos. I don't know how, like, what I'm gonna pretty much start uploading on YouTube. Maybe how this journey about trying to start helping people out with Tourette's, or maybe maybe I'll start posting Tourette's videos. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.